Good morning.
Good morning.
Technology and investing in technology is always a big question, but when and how should we be investing?
Okay. Businesses should be looking at investing in technology when they've got a customer-led problem or a challenge, and they've got a clear idea of how to measure the outcome and the impact that they want out of that technology. So it needs to address a customer-related problem. In terms of the how, it should be based on value fit prioritization. And what I mean by that is it needs to provide a really high value to both the business and to the end customer, but it also has to have an organizational fit. They need to have the capability, the actual capability to deliver it as an organization.
Now that's a challenge obviously for some organisations because it means a bit of a paradigm shift. It means that they're going to have to develop new skills and new training, right?
Absolutely, and completely agree. It is a paradigm shift, and what we mean by that is there needs to be a different way of how you approach such problems. We see at least 3 different important aspects to how you address this shift. The first one really is around what we call customer intelligence. How do you stay informed about the ever-changing customer needs and their different behaviors? The second one really is around how do you experiment? How do you go and change your messaging and your experiences in order to adapt to these changing customer needs? And from that, generating the insights and the data. So the third aspect is really about being insights-led decision-making. So you've collected all the data, all the information that you had from these different new experiences and new messaging. So what did you learn from that, from those feedback loops, and how are you going to change your experience and your messaging again going forward?
And obviously you've now got a new skill set that your team are going to need to have. What are those sort of skills that they're going to need?
Well, a lot of businesses would tell you that they need digital skills, marketing skills, analytical skills. We'd like to highlight at least 3 other important skills that perhaps you don't hear about them so much. And these are creative problem solving or creative thinking, confidence and collaboration. With creative thinking, what we're talking about here is a way of how you'd solve complex problems across an organization. You need to be able to come up with several new different ideas and perspectives, be able to evaluate which one is the right one to go and test and experiment with. When it comes to confidence, it's the confidence to move away from what worked in the past, move away from habits such as, oh, this one won't work in our organization. So it's important to be able to adapt to change and be able to force yourself to try new things. And the last one really is about collaboration. And what I mean by that is firms are very complex. In order for you to get things done nowadays, you have to work with IT, you have to work with marketing, you have to work with sales and various parts of the organization. So the smart individuals, the ones that are very successful, are the ones that are able to collaborate and partner with different individuals, including their agencies, in order to get things done throughout the organization.
We've talked a lot about the change in mindset that's required as technology changes, but this is obviously an ongoing process. So organizations have to keep on looking back at themselves, making sure they're keeping up with that change. How can they ensure that they are still keeping up with it, staying ahead of the game and actually being innovative?
So in order for organizations to stay ahead of the game and to be innovative, they need to keep an eye out on 3 common barriers that we see across a lot of our clients. And they are silos, the loss of knowledge and the lack of agility. Silos, we're talking about organizational silos where you've got different functions, different departments that not necessarily coordinate very well with each other, don't talk so much to each other. So it's really hard for them to execute across an organization of that size. The second one is really around loss of knowledge, and that happens when there's a transformation going on or people move jobs and move functions, and therefore the knowledge and the experience that they've gained from specific projects and experiments goes away because it hasn't been codified. And the last one really is around the lack of agility. And you hear a lot of organizations saying, oh yeah, we already do Agile, and what they mean there is that they've got a particular flavor of Agile that they try to implement, but it's not necessarily about making them Agile. So being Agile is really about how do you continuously learn from the various projects, the various different programs that you run within the organization, and how do you use the feedback loops and the data and the insights that you're collecting to make better decisions next time around.
Well, it's been fascinating finding out about how technology is changing, the effect that it has on any particular organisation, but more importantly, how it is important to keep up with that change as it does. It's been great finding out more. Joseph Taylor from Epsilon, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much. Thank you.